I'm looking over here. Now I'm gonna look over there, right here. Hey, welcome to the Blue Garden. Let's do that again. Hey, welcome to the Blue Garden. A lot of you guys missed me. Well, went down to Mexico and I didn't drink the water, but I sure did put ice in the drinks. So, hey, ice is made with the water. So, like they say, don't drink the water. They got to start saying, don't take the ice. Drink it warm, hot, safer. All right, and I caught more than the runs over there. You know, I got COVID, so I'm about 98% better, feeling good, and out here making videos for you. All right, so let's see what happened when I went on my Mexican cruise. All right, we see here our pink lemonade, and let me just zoom down here. You see what happened here? And you can see some of the damage. So what happened here, I left this up here and it got sunlight, but it didn't get any water because the sprinklers didn't squirt way up here. So I'm gonna talk about a lot of this stuff right here. Look, I'm gonna cut this out. See how this thing curls? It's due from the cellulose in there not getting water, and it curl up from the sun and not being able to get water. The tip right here, you can see, is still green. So a lot of you guys might be encountering stuff like this and you're saying, hey, I water it, but why did it come out this way? My reason is it wasn't getting water and it was getting too much sunlight. So what happened? It's in the soil. Now, what lives in the soil? All right, so let's take a look. You gotta understand. What lives in the soil? Well, it's only one thing lives in the soil. Microorganisms. Now, everything falls under microorganisms. Bacteria, protozoa, cilia, nematodes, everything falls in there. It's all under the same umbrella, microorganisms. So, what happened? When you got full sun, no water, dries up the soil, the microorganisms, what? They die. So, what you see here is sign of the microorganism dying. They're not able to give the roots, the root cord. They're not able to let the roots take in the minerals, the water, the moisture, the calcium, magnesium, iron, potassium, nitrates. Those things are like a dam. They're cut off. So the roots cannot take that moisture, water in there. And then what happens? Well, this is what happens. They dry up. So even though you're putting water in there, your microorganisms are dead. The roots are not able to take in the water, the moisture, and you get this result. You see? So you could be telling me, hey, Jay, I've been watering my plants, but they still look like this. What do I always say? Check your pH, check your soil. Your microorganisms are dead. You have to replace your microorganisms. See, so that's what I'm doing here. I have to replace the microorganisms that die. All right? So how do we do that? How do we do that? Well, you have to start with this way. Amazon Prime, Amazon regular, doesn't matter. Get yourself a book. All right? Now, a lot of you over there, hey, is this book gonna help me? Yes. How? It's gonna tell you the correct way to take care of your plants. Not only that, it's going to tell you the correct way to transplant your plant, your bush. So when you buy a blueberry bush, I don't know if you can see the price down here. They're expensive. This particular one costs $49.98 plus tax. So they get expensive. If you transplant them the wrong way, what's going to happen? It's going to die. Are you going to know why? No. The book would tell you. It's right there. The book would tell you. The book would tell you step by step. You can see it's all color pages. The book is going to tell you how to get started. Right there. Alright. It's going to tell you the correct blueberry bush for your zone. Because we don't all live in the same state. We don't live in the same planting zone. We don't have the same kind of weather. We don't have the same kind of planting time. Meaning, fall, winter, spring, summer, they all sound the same, but you could be living in a different hemisphere. Like you might be in the northern hemisphere and I'm in the southern hemisphere. How can you do the same thing for everybody? No, you cannot. It's according to Mother Nature, the planting season, the temperature, the weather. So the book would tell you straight on chapter 1 what kind of blueberries to pick. You see, a lot of you, blueberry variety for your planting zone area. You see, that's what your first start. Because why? You go to your nursery, you go to your box store, you buy a blueberry bush. Do they know what they're selling you? No. I have talked about that in many videos. The nursery, just because they're nurseries, they don't know anything. They're in the business of selling you plants. That's Costco, Armstrong, Home Depot, any other kind of nursery. They're in the business of selling you plants, period. They don't care if you're successful. They really care if you fail, because then you come back and buy more, okay? That's just the honest truth. Take somebody with the guts to say, hey, you have to follow the rules of Mother Nature. And what are they? You got to have good soil. You have to maintain your microorganisms. You do good soil, you maintain your microorganisms, your plant will grow. Your plant will give you fruit. Your plant will be green and healthy. All right, so that's what this book does. Come on, we're not all born with a green thumb, and we do our best. But when you don't have information, you're prone to fail. I already failed for you. I didn't start out knowing all this, but I did my research. And my research doesn't come from YouTube. No, my research comes from universities, professors in agriculture. They're very friendly. Do the same thing I did. Talk to them. Send an email. Hey, I'm doing this. I'm planning this. If you approach them the wrong way, they're going to get angry. You approach them the correct way, friendly way, nice way, they will help you. Because they love what they do. They love what they do. And they love sharing the information. You just have to approach them the correct way. If you don't know how to do that, then you're going to sabotage yourself and you're not going to get the information. I already did this for you. I didn't know how to grow blueberries, and I failed. But then I learned, and then I learned more, and then I learned more, and then it's all more than just one method. And that's what the YouTube tells you. They only tell you one way, and they don't even show you the correct way. So, you know, here's the book. It tells you everything. What kind of soil, what kind of tools you need, preparation to be successful, because these blueberries are expensive. I'm in Southern California. You saw the price right there. That's $50. And that was towards the mid-season when I bought that. when you buy it before springtime, they're very expensive, of course, because everybody wants them. Especially if this pink lemonade, this is very hard to get. So, look at it right there. We got Misty and Sunshine Blue. Look how tall that is. The book tells you the correct size of your blueberry plant. It's in here. It tells you the correct height. It won't go any more higher than that. And then a lot of you guys are out there, oh, how do I trim? How do I prune it? Why? You know, when you say that and I hear that, it's like you had a baby and you're telling, oh, how can I keep the baby small? Huh? How do I keep the baby small? I don't want the baby to grow big. That's what you're saying when you're saying, how do I prune my little bush? You know, right here. How do I trim it? How do I prune it? You want a small bush? Look in the book. It tells you the size of the bush. You want a small one? They're called low bush. They're called low bush for a reason. They only grow to 1 foot. 12 inches. You know, if you want something and you don't want it to be big because you can't reach it, look at that. I have to reach the top of it. I don't need a ladder. Why? That's at maximum growth, 6 feet tall. It's in the book, the height, the variety, everything. So you're out there and you're saying, well, I don't want to buy the book. And I tell you, hey, your plants are sick like this. And the first thing I tell you is, check your soil. What do? You go to those box stores, Walmart, Kmart, Home Depot, even the nurseries. You know, Armstrong's, any other nursery out there, Blue Heron. And what do you buy? Look at you buy this. There's a price tag on that. Look at that. That says $12.99. This has the 2 prongs, or you get the 1 prong for $9.99. This is what you buy to check your soil. Now tell me. Is this a proper tool to check your soil? Tell me that. Because in the book, it tells you what happens when you buy this. It tells you what happens when you buy this 1 prong compared to 2. And what does it tell you? Read the book. I'll save you a few dollars. You get false reading, okay? When you use this, the 2 prongs, look up here, the scale. You have 3. You have dry, moist, wet, acid, acidic, day and night. Okay, how can you have all those scales and it tells you either it's an alkaline or acidic? How can they tell you all those same things with a fixed scale and be accurate? It's a toy. It's a toy to take your money. That's all it is. Look at, this is a little frog. I think it's a frog. It's a toy to take your money. Now, like I said, this right here, this blueberry, it's $50. That's a lot of money. I don't care who you think you are. $50 is a lot of money. And if your bush dries up like this, let's see, get it right here. If it dries up like this, because you don't know how to maintain your pH in your soil, you just throw away $50. Why you do that? Now, the book tells you the correct tool. It doesn't tell you to buy toys. All right? It doesn't tell you to buy cute little toys, $9.99. All right. This is what you need to buy. It's in the book. It's a Blueberry soil pH pen. This is a professional tools that they use in laboratories, okay? Now, it tells you the correct pH is what you need. pH, it tells you the temperature. Two things electronically. Now, here's the pro. This is a hard casing shell. The hard casing shell is meant to punch a hole in the soil. So you take it out, punch a hole, and then you stick your probe in there, and you don't damage your probe by sticking it in the hole. No, that's why this is a hard case shell. I don't want to take it out because it does have fluid. See, that is solution fluid, storage solution for storage. And like the Blueberry logo states, if it dries, it dies. So if you don't maintain anything, you don't maintain your car, you don't maintain your house, what do you think is going to happen? Your car is not going to work. Your house is going to fall apart. And so it's the same thing with this. A lot of people complain, oh, I bought this and it doesn't work. Did you maintain it? Did you keep it in storage solution? Oh, no, I didn't buy the storage solution. Oh, no, I use regular tap water. You're not supposed to use regular tap water. That's why you don't take care of it. It dies. This one I have already going down 4 years. 4 years. Why? It's well maintained. All right. So, do you want to buy a toy that does not work, gives you false reading, and it's the company that makes this and sells it? Look at the price, $12.99. They're just selling it to make money because it doesn't work. They're fooling you. They're fooling you. You got 2 prongs, or you either get the single prong for $9.99. What's the difference between $9.99 and $12.99? A few bucks. Look how cute this is. They're trying to rely on your emotion. Oh, that's so cute! I'm gonna buy that one. Yeah, it doesn't work. You just wasted your money. When you should be investing in a product like this. All right? If you're going to raise blueberries, and I just show you the price of the blueberry right there. Right there. That's $50. Why are you buying blueberries at that price? Again, I don't know what they sell blueberries in other states. I can only speak for California, Southern California, because that's where I bought it. Bought that at Home Depot, $50. And that's very expensive. You saw the other ones. The one way in the back in the bed garden. Those are $44 each. And I bought those at Armstrong. Still expensive. And different type of variety, they take advantage of it and they charge you more. They were charging at another Armstrong. If you saw the other video, why my they're selling dead plants, or why my peach tree is dying. That Armstrong was selling what was it called? Sharpblue, or yeah, Tiger's telling me, but I can't think of it. They were selling, it's a common berry that's very sweet and good, and they were selling for $79 for regular 1 gallon bush. $79. just because the variety was good. But, you know, come on, they're taking advantage. It's very expensive. But still, if you don't check your pH correctly, you just throw that money away, because I have to tell you for a fact, every single bush that you buy, show you right here, the plant will survive for 1 year. Why? Because the microorganisms are already established. As long as you keep the soil moist and water it in the same container, it will survive for 1 year. Once you transplant it, now you enter a different environment. You enter a different environment, new microorganisms, and if you don't know what you're doing, you don't maintain the pH correctly, that's when it dies. That's when the leaves start turning yellow, because the root systems are not taking in the water. Your leaves are drying up. They're not photosynthesizing. They're not creating glucose from the sun rays down to the root system for the microorganisms. See, this is what a lot of you guys don't understand. You need this to have microorganisms. So when the sun photosynthesizes the leaves create glucose, send the glucose down through the stem of the bush to the root system, provide glucose, sugar, for the microorganisms. The microorganisms take the glucose, the sugar, they take it and consume it, and what goes in one end comes out the other end. Same thing with microorganisms. The microorganisms, that's to create nutrients that the root system need to maintain green leaves. You see, it's a cycle. The plant needs the microorganisms. The organisms need the plants, because without each other, they can't survive. All right, so that's the way it works. But do you want to keep spending your money on toys that don't work, that kill your plant? And then when I ask you, have you checked your pH? You tell me yes, but you don't tell me how. This is how you check it with this. I even ask you, did you use one of those cheap 3-way meters? It has single prong, 2 prongs. It tells you a whole bunch of stuff on the calibration scale up here. Is that how you check your pH? Yes. And it says it's good. If it says it's good, why is your plant showing yellow leaves? Why is it drying up? And then other people that don't know, what do? They tell you, hey, you're not watering your plant. You could be watering, you could drown it, but if the microorganisms are not there, how is the root system going to take in the water? You see? So what does the customer say? Yes, I'm watering it. Yes, I'm checking the pH. Everything's good. What's wrong with it? Then along comes somebody like me and I tell you, hey, how are you checking your pH? How's your soil? You got any microorganisms in there? I don't know. They don't know. So what do I tell them? I tell them you need to put microorganisms in there. You need to start all over. And they say, how do I do that? Well, I tell them, buy the book. It tells you, it explains everything, how to put the microorganisms in there. So, now, I'm not gonna buttercoat you and say, this is all you need. Yes, this is all you need. But just like any kind of maintenance in car, you're gonna need other stuff. The storage solution, once you use it, you have to store it. So, the Blue Lab sells you everything. They sell you everything that you need. Calibration solution, storage solution, everything. But they're a little pricey. You have to get everything that you need on Amazon. So let me just show you right here. Look at this is right here, Amazon Prime. This is my box. Look. Calibration solution. Storage solution. See? You know, it's really not that expensive. You know, you can see there, measuring cups. There's the red line. There's a whole bunch. Because you need to have two different solutions. You need calibration number 7 and calibration number 4. You need storage solution. And I even have a different kind of meter. Look, this is a meter. You see? So, does it cost a lot of money? Yes and no. Is it more than a couple of blueberry pots at $44 or $49.99? No. If you're going to raise blueberries, you're going to grow blueberries, you're going to buy blueberries, do you really want to buy a toy? It gives you false reading. Or do you want to buy something that's going to help you survive your blueberries? Look at, you seen my blueberries there on video for years and years. I got more blueberries over there. I got another blueberry behind there. You see this blueberry right here. That's a new one. It hasn't been transplanted. Why? Because this one is in the summer. The harvesting is in the summer. It did have a few berries in there. What happened? I went on vacation. Hey. I went on vacation. Drank the ice. Paid the price. Alright? But it's not damaging. This would make good content for you because I'm making a video how to fix it. Alright? Right now, I'm telling you what you need. You need a foundation. You need to start somewhere. If you don't want to buy this, go look anywhere else for a book. And I have to tell you, I already looked. This is the reason I wrote this book. There's nothing out there. There's nothing out there. This book tells you from start to finish the correct procedure. And it all starts with the soil. Microorganisms. There's a whole chapter in here about microorganisms. Do you know what microorganisms are? Different kinds? Protozoa, cilia, nematodes, waterfowls, bears, all this stuff. There's thousands of microorganisms. I don't know all of them. And I'm not going to claim to know all of them. But the ones I do know, I wrote them down in the book because those are the most important ones for blueberries. All right? So, it's up to you. You're going to spend all that money on blueberries. Now, that's just blueberries. You still got to buy soil. You still got to buy fertilizer. You got to buy acidic soil. You got to buy a acidifier to bring down your pH. And for those rare occasions, I don't know, I've never seen it, that your pH is so low you have to bring it up. You're going to have to get lime. So, the story is up to you. You want your blueberries to survive? You got blueberry problems? Hey, you got to find the answers. And let me tell you, the honest truth is, people on YouTube, they don't know the answers. They try their best. They copy others. And the people that they copy, they don't know what they're doing. because they copy somebody else. In law, they call that hearsay. In reality, who are you learning from? Me? Look, I got years of growing. They're all documented in video. Same blueberry. Check all my videos. You'll see the same blueberries. The only difference is they'll probably be smaller, growing bigger. You see me plucking blueberries. I bought a new blueberry bush here. It's been documented. You'll see it. I have all different type of blueberries. O'Neill's, different seasons. Sunshine Blue. All these different varieties. And then after I made my video for years, after I done all that, what did I do next? I wrote a book talking about all my experience, what I learned about blueberries. Tell me, any other YouTubers, tell me, somebody who's doing a gardening, have they written a book? Do they show you document video of all their blueberry, the garden? No. And I made statements on that. I proved it. I contacted them and showed me, hey, last week you talked about planting, transplanting this bush, this flower, this whatever. Show me a follow-up picture. Do they do me a follow-up picture, video? No. Why? Because they only did it for video, content. The plant died. And they didn't want to show me it because it died. So whatever they told you to do doesn't work. What's the difference between me? I tell you how to transplant something, how to plant something. Look at it. It's still here. It's right here. It's documented. Video after video after video. You don't even have to take my word for it. Look at my video log there. Go to the very first ones and you'll see the same blueberry bush right there. See? I put my money where my mouth is. What I talk about is all right here in the blue garden. And it's not only blueberries. I grow nectarines, the newest one I got here in the blue garden. I got dragon fruits. I got grapes, incredible grapes. And so this is what I'm telling you now. If you watch my last video, a couple of videos, I had problems with, I still have problems with possums, but the main culprit is raccoons. Now, the raccoons, they got hands, and they're 3 feet tall. All right, so I went on the Facebook garden pages that I belong to, and they're all there, kill it, get an electric fence. That animal is 3 feet tall, it's big. What gives me the right to kill that animal? Now, killing rats, I've done that. Hey, a rat's a varmint. It has diseases and everything. Can't stand rats. I kill all the rats, and they're gone. No rat problem this year. Possums, had problems with possums. I still have problems with possums, but they're not as bad as the raccoons. And I went face to face with 2 raccoons. I mean, these were, I'm not kidding you, they were 4 feet tall. They scared the hell out of me. I'm a big guy, I'm strong and everything, but 2 raccoons, it had to be a male and a female, 4 feet tall. And they were standing up on their hind legs looking at me. And yeah, I got scared, I backed up, I went back inside the house. Hey, you can't fight 2 raccoons. Especially if they're 4 feet tall. Now, I haven't seen those 4 feet tall ones, but I have seen the 3-footers. 36 inches, they're big. Now, how can you kill something that big? You're a hunter? Hey, maybe. But no, you know, look, the raccoons out here, this is their world. This is their grocery store. The best I could do is trap them and relocate them. The only reason I could not trap it and relocate it is because, you know, I got sick coming back from Mexico. I already talked about that. So, I did the next best thing. I cut all the grapes. Now the grapes, you have to see here, these are the bags. You need to get these. If you can't get on, just send me a request on the Blue Garden. I have to get you some bags. I bag all my grapes because that's the grapes and dragon fruits are blooming right now. Let me see. I got too much stuff there. All right, the grapes and the blueberries are blooming. The dragon fruits and the raccoons starting to eat. They ate all my grapes, so I bagged them up. They're ripping, clawing the bags and eating the grapes. They got hands, they got fingers, they're just plucking them. So I had to cut all my grapes before they're still a little bitter and sour. Hopefully they're sweetening up. I had no choice. Either that, you cut off the food supply, they'll go somewhere else. That was my theory, all right? So, what I'm trying to say is, look, they're part of Mother Nature. I'm not gonna kill them. I will trap them and relocate them. It's far away. But I was sick and I couldn't do that. So I did the second thing. I cut off the food supply. So let's go back to the soil. I got right here. A lot of you, hopefully you saw my last video on the vortex machine. All right, you need the vortex machine to create a compost tea to create microorganisms. Okay, so you got to have a recipe of ingredients, and I have here general different fruit trees recipes, and I have one here specifically, and I'm not going to show it, for blueberries. All right, why am I not going to show it? Because a lot of you guys are not subscribing. You're not even hitting the like button that you like this video. I don't know why. Well, I created a Patreon channel that will have the full video telling you all the ingredients, especially the blueberry food. But to watch those videos, of course you know the routine. You give a contribution and you get access to the video. I'm not the first one to do that. I'm just jumping on board. All right. So in the description, you'll see the link to the page so you can get your recipe. And not only that, see the videos. All right. So I would like you guys to hit that like button. Like I said, I'm at what, about 800 subscribers. I need 200 more. I need more viewing hours. I'm not even halfway. 2,000 viewing hours. I don't even have 2,000. So I need more people to watch the video. So, like I said, there's a lot of content here. Right there. 6 blueberries. And then I'll take you to show you some more. Because that's what happened when you go on vacation. I'm going to show you how with the vortex machine and ingredients, proper ingredients. You know, it's like making a cake. If you're just giving ingredients, what's the cake going to taste like? You want a specific cake, you gotta have specific ingredients. All right. So a lot of you got different fruit trees, or maybe all you have is blueberries. I got specific recipe for that. All right, so let's take a look at the blueberry damage, how we could fix it and solve it together. Be sure to get the book. It will help you a lot. If you buy a farm or something and it already has blueberries in there, and you're not going to be cultivating them or planting them in pots, it's the same thing in the soil. Same thing. I said it's easier to maintain your pH and your microorganisms in a pot, but in the soil it's the exact same thing. Look at the blue garden here. Look everywhere around here. Every single plant has microorganisms, and they're planted in the ground. They're not in pots. All right, so same thing. You need to know about soil. You need to know about microorganisms. You need to know how to check your pH. You need to know all the diseases that come from your plants, how to solve it. How can you solve something if you don't know? It's all in the book. Get it in Amazon. I tell you, right here. The book is priced fair. I even bought 2 books. See that? 2 of them. And I paid full price. So the book is priced fair. It's on Amazon. And again, don't waste your money on toys, all right? Don't waste your money on toys. I'm doing other videos on checking your pH, because there's a myth that you guys believe and you keep on following on YouTube, and that is plant your blueberries in peat moss and wood chips. By using this, I'm going to show you what the pH is in peat moss. I'm going to show you what the pH is in wood chips. All right, you're going to see it for yourself, because I've been talking about it over and over and over, and you guys don't believe me. I even wrote a book. I wrote a book about it, and you still don't believe me, because you're still telling other people to put your blueberry, plant your blueberry, transplant your blueberry in 50% peat moss, 50% wood chips. Why? Why are you doing that? You're doing people a disservice. You're doing people harm by saying that. You know, that's why I had to write a book. That's why I had to show you all my videos. How to plant it, how to check it. So, let's take a look at some of the...
I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me, and what was left over I put towards my dreaming. Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet.